It is writ within the diary of a madman that the dungeon of avarice is alive, that every stone and every grain of sand is sentient, an organism feeding on those who enter, be it their dreams, their thoughts, fantasies, or their fallen friends and loved ones. These musings change over the course of the diary, painting a stone parasite, a monument to worlds drained of life from the tower's ceaseless hunger. The writing devolved ever still into endless passages of dots and dashes, and was quickly dismissed as the ramblings of one who had endured one too many grueling dives and paid the dungeon's toll. So, do you four now pay the toll then? For you hear the pounding heartbeat of the stone. A warm 30-degree October welcome to you, travelers. This is the Dragonleaf Teahouse. You're watching our very first Halloween episode, and if you like the content or the cosplays, leave a like in the tip jar and subscribe to our weekly tales. Leave a comment in the suggestion box to tell us how well we did, or I will find you. Thank you for watching. And without further ado, it's time to open up shop. Look at all of you crazy people.
Hello.
Welcome, everybody.
The reveal was great. The reveal was great.
I wholeheartedly agree.
I screamed. I was muted. Yeah, legit. I was like, ah! So good.
You are all, I mean, you all have people to be, so I was just like, Viking barbarian. Yeah, awesome.
You look very warm.
I'm quite warm. I'm quite warm. If any of you can figure out what all of this face paint means, let me know in the comments, and you might win a copy of Foundry Virtual Tabletop. Who knows?
Free, half tree.
My guess is pen 15.
Yeah. I had to offer my condolences to Penn Island, but I needed something.
We called it the Pen 15 Club. Did you forget to renew your membership?
Well, he has an axe, not a club, so there's the answer right there.
Starting off with a good pun.
Yeah.
Last time does not matter. This time,
What?
this particular dive was especially difficult for you all. It felt like the dungeon itself was out to get you. The monsters offered no chance for respite. Camp abandoned and overrun by chittering flesh-eating insects. Tireless undead chasing you through chasms of rough rock, leading to plains of unbearable heat and frigid cold that burned at your skin. As your spells fizzle at your fingertips and your muscles burn from exhaustion, finally, you spot the familiar and welcomed archway. An escape. Or so you thought. As you descend the steps into the dungeon's higher floors, you leave everything else behind you as you begin to hear a faint heartbeat. The slow thumping of living stone, left alive in the memories of a madman. And as you walk, the exhaustion dissolves away from you, and everything else just fades away. Where are you going? What floor are you on now? What were you doing before all of this? It's all gone. There's only here and only now. You begin to feel invigorated as your feet find landfall. The faint rustle of wheat chaff fills your ears as light returns to your senses. You find yourselves in a wheat field, the stalks towering at 10 feet tall. Though you cannot see more than a few feet in front of your face, you are close enough to touch each other, and you recognize the presence of your staunch allies and family members. You settle, and as you clear your heads, you find yourself in this open field. What do you do?
Is this the next floor?
Well, of course, dear.
Why is this wheat so high? So
It's
tall.
suspicious. It's very empty.
Jojo just goes and like rustles the wheat. Is it like so tall?
What is that gonna do? Let everyone know that's flying above that we're in this area? What are you doing, Jojo?
Oh, shit. Sorry.
Is it really big, or are we really small?
Oh.
Is that relative to your perspective or mine?
Collectively.
Okay. Maybe.
Can Vincent send Mo up?
Mo is not here.
Oh. Carson?
Absent.
Damn it.
Summoned immediately as your small bowl of spaghetti appears before you.
Oh, you're an
Spaghetti.
octopus. And you can't fly. Flying the wheat.
It grabs onto one of the stalks, and as it kind of bends down and hits the rest, it just begins to move its way up towards the top. It sits for a brief time. Do you know the octopus's perception bonus?
Can I just look through them?
Yes. You bring. It's weird. It's definitely odd. Looking through the fascinating eyes of an octopus. But go ahead and roll perception.
Doo. Perception normal. Oh, that's good.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, 20. Dirty 20.
20. You begin to glance around, and as you begin to look, things begin to fill themselves in. The wheat seems to go on in all directions to the north and south, just endlessly. To the east, you see an end to the wheat, but what lies beyond it, you can't fathom. Looking at it, your mind just doesn't compute what it is that's beyond it. And as the small eyes of this octopus whip ever around to the west, you see lights, and an end to the wheat and the beginning of a sparse bit of tree. A forested area, just set aside.
There's lights over there, guys.
Be on your guard. Whatever's this floor is, it's capable of separating me and Carson. It's not a good thing.
Understood.
I would like to take personal inventory of myself as to what is missing, because people are missing things, and this isn't good.
Voices in your head.
Oh. No.
Oh, they are omnipresent.
Yeah, they're always there. But like, I start checking my bag, and I'll make sure all my stuff's there. But you had something you wanted to say, Julian.
Oh, I was just making sure that. Hold on. Give me one moment to move my mouth around these teeth. Blade Beak is there.
Blade Beak is here. As you look around, you see Blade Beak hoisted in the toy soldier.
Understood.
Well,
I'll plunk him down.
You plunk down Blade Beak, and like a large section of wheat just gets trampled immediately by the metal feet of this avian robot.
So, almighty Norse, Viking DM god, am I to understand that I have all of my shit on me?
You have all of your shit on you.
Thank
your
you.
items are not missing, nor with
Okay.
nor any of you, save for you find yourselves alone in this place.
No Paka?
Paka is not here.
well, that's interesting.
Would I find it odd that we're in the dungeon without Paka? Would that strike me as suspicious?
Since getting Paka, I don't think you've ever gone in without him.
Yeah.
It would definitely be a bit strange.
That's weird. We never leave Paka at home.
I don't think we left them, dear. They were forcibly removed.
Is there an ash gate behind us?
You turn around, there is no ash gate behind you. You are in the midst of an open field of wheat.
Let's check
Okay.
this out. It's best not to linger.
Do you think bakers dream of fields of wheat?
Is that like a joke, or is that a setup? Or
That was an inside question that should not have been said out loud.
okay, let's head toward the lights.
Okay.
We hold
I would
hands?
say farmers dream of fields of wheat. Bakers dream of that wheat already prepared into flour. Because all it just here's your wheat. Come on. So you guys begin to move. Which direction do you go?
Towards the lights.
Yes,
North
should
and
we hold
south was
hands?
infinite fields. West was lights, and east was an unfathomable something.
West then. Towards the lights.
You begin to move to the west. You hear it first, Vincent. The faint sounds of tin bells and brass instruments playing out in the distance. You begin to approach the strange forested area, and beyond, as the lights flicker and swell, you see them move in various different colors. You see torches floating through open air. You see and hear revelry, movement. As you begin to breach the outer edge of the forest, you come across a large wooden sign. On this sign, it simply reads, "No leaving the carnival grounds. No cheating. Violent guests will be inverted. No
Oh.
entry to the main event without a ticket. And make sure to have fun."
It seems we've stumbled into some sort of festival of sort.
Inverted?
It's best not to push our luck and
Did
follow
we-
the rules.
Did we wander into Fairy Ring by chance? They usually don't put them in wheat fields. This feels very fey to me.
Well, we were in the dungeon, dear. So, they want to put Fae. I guess they'll put Fae.
I can't say that the last carnival was a nice experience for me.
Yeah.
What? That wasn't a carnival. Wasn't that a cider convention?
I mean, it's kind of the same. It needs a ticket.
Well, let's scout this area out. Maybe find someone. See what's going on. Vincent will take a look around, maybe see a booth. Something he would expect at a normal carnival.
Before you right now is just a dirt road, packed through the forest that continues beyond the sign. But as you round the corner, you begin to see the colors of the carnival. You see the large stalls set out, and you see that it is divided itself into 6 pie wedges that form like one large wedge. At the very far back, as you approach, you see a massive big top tent. Before you, in these 6 locations, small, just chest-high fences in between each. They are each color-coded. And above, as you begin to reach the zenith of this area, you see test your might on the far left. Test your speed, the next. Test your body. Test your thought. Test your mind. And finally, test your tongue. Thank you. Obligatory.
Well, there seems to be some sort of games going on here. Do we want to have a go at them?
Didn't it say we needed a ticket?
Anything that involves strength of body, count me out.
As you say this, though, Killian, you're like, doesn't it, like, don't we need a ticket? You wave your hand and you can see a long horizontal piece of paper within your 2 fingertips. You don't know when it got there, but you hold it now within your hand. And as you realize this, all of you look down and find a familiar piece within your own hands. You see 3 individual small boxes, and with this brilliant flourish across it, you see it is basically like a stark white just splattered with various different pieces of color. 3 empty boxes. And underneath, in this gold flourish, it just says, "Play to win."
Well, do we all want to split up or go one by one?
I think we should stick together. This is
wanna-
fake shit. I don't trust none of it.
Regardless of whether you succeed or fail, I would like to watch.
You want to go first, Vincent?
Sure. I'm always ready to put on a performance for you all. And anyone else that's watching. Vincent will assessing it. Obviously, the tongues one.
In several ways.
He's probably good at all of them, so it's
Wink wonk.
fine. What were the other ones, though?
You look down the 6 pie wedges. In front of you is, though not an ash gate, just a wooden gate that kind of gives you entry into this this nexus point for all 6. Beyond, an impossible to climb chest-high wall. So you know you'll have to return to the very beginning of this, or brave jumping the chest-high wall to get between them.
This
Uh,
is like
on the-
Carnival Trivial Pursuit. The pie witches.
On the far left, you have test your might. Then you have test your speed, test your body, test your thought, test your mind, and finally test your tongue on the far right.
Okay, I get it. He will start heading towards the tongue one.
You begin to move forward and you see a central box just kind of sitting in the middle of the open field at the very bottom of this carnival. One wall just falls to the side, another. As all 6 begin to fall, eventually they fold out again and again and again until eventually they form one small house. Individual pieces clicking together and the top dropping over to form an awning as a small shutter drops before you and then slowly begins to open. You see the face of a papier-mâché man looking out towards you, his body formed of folding paper, as he just cocks his head to one side and then to the other.
Vincent will take a step forward, kind of shuffling his hair aside, and he will settle cast all on himself. When we popped into here, did we have all the stuff that we had in the previous session, or?
You have everything up to date, yes.
Okay, so if I had expended spells, they're still expended.
You may all take a long rest.
Hey.
Do we need to remember what we
No.
had? Okay.
Cool. So he does that, and he takes a step forward. Hello.
Hello.
You
I
wouldn't happen to know what this place is, would you?
do.
Privy to share that information with us?
Not particularly. If you find yourself here, you have been invited.
I guess that's good enough. What are we to do?
He pulls out and flips around this small stick and leans forward towards you. Pressing a button up, you see the entire top boom, pop out like an umbrella. Umbrellas for sale. Pulls out a small, basically pulls off one of his fingers and it folds down. And he says, and a map of the premises, if you like.
How much does it cost?
Oh, you don't need to worry about that just yet, but you don't want to be caught in the rain without an umbrella.
I'll take both then.
He just slowly begins to hand it to you. And as you take it, he just hand crumples back and then slowly unfurls itself once more. Enjoy the carnival. If you have any more questions, I am the information booth. Slams the wall and information pops down from the top written out in common.
So Vincent has a map and an umbrella, right?
Indeed.
How can you use the umbrella like a cane, or is it too short?
You can.
Okay. He'll turn around and hand the map to Matilda. Why don't you give this a scan?
Top to bottom, you memorize the entire layout of the map.
Yeah.
You said we were invited here? Who by?
Yes. Oh, you will find out shortly. You do not want to miss the main event. Make sure to fill out your tickets. Have fun. And choose wisely. In the main event, you will know everything. If you can make it there.
Okay. Vincent, you want to do the tongue thing?
Well, when you put it like that, Jojo. Vincent looks down at the map in Matilda's hands. Does he see, maybe an area that's meant for that?
As you look down at the map, looking down upon the Test Your Tongue location, you see Find the Flabinger. You see the Liar's Lair and the Mime's Mimic.
Oh, there's 3 things to do in the tongue area.
What have I done?
He starts to head towards. What was the second one you said?
The first 3 are Find the Flabinger, and the second one is the Liar's Lair.
Liar's Lair.
You begin to move forward onto the far right side of this carnival. And as you move in, the music becomes louder, and this kind of strange, discordant melody brings both whimsy and a sense of foreboding to the empty carnival that is just for you. As you begin to move in, the first sound outside of the norm that you hear is boom. Yes! Boom. Oh, again. Off in the corner.
I'll look over and perceive, I guess, what's going on.
You circle around the corner and you see various different forms of that same papier-mâché man standing behind food stalls and various different item stores, and find just what you imagine to be incredible rip-offs of stuffed animals. But beyond that, you see one stall with a small halfling man who is kind of just slowly pulling back on a crossbow, popping a cork in it. Oh, three's the charm. Does not seem to have noticed any of you yet.
Vincent will walk up behind him. Is it though?
He just slowly turns and looks up towards you. You're different. You're different. You're here. You're who? This is unbelievable. Who are you? And yes, 3 is impressive. In a row, your odds of failing increase exponentially with each shot.
Well, my name is Vincent. What is yours?
He reaches a hand up and grabs your hand and just begins to shake it. The rest of you are here, but at a short distance, yes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He looks back and sees you all. He's, four of you. This, my name is Disnan. It's common, yes? Do any of you speak halfling?
No.
You over there! Calls out towards you and waits for a response.
Me?
All of you, one of you, all 3 of you, 4 of you, all of you, at once. Yell out your names in halfling.
Oh.
I say my name in Sylvan.
I don't know what that is, but it's different.
Jojo just say her name, but in like a halfling accent.
Perfect.
Alien?
He runs over and kind of just, still holding you by the hand, Vincent, just encircles everyone into a small group. Hi. Hello. This is exciting. Very exciting.
Vincent will attempt to pull his hand away.
Roll an athletics or acrobatics check.
What did you say his name was?
Dysnan. Dysnan. 16. Like a vice grip, he holds your hand in place. But as he realizes that you're trying to pull away, I'm so sorry.
Thank you, dear. He'll take it back.
I've been doing the strength games as well, you see. Welcome, here, I suppose. I've been here quite a long time. But
you should know what this place is, correct?
Well, no one will tell me, but I've named things. I've figured it out as I go. It's almost like my own little slice of carnival.
I'm assuming you've never made it to the main event.
Every night? Are you kidding me? You don't want to miss it. I don't think I've ever been outside during the main event, actually.
Oh. How do we get to the main event? We just got to do the games?
Oh, you have a ticket, I assume, yes?
Yeah.
He pulls out his own, and it's just solid gold.
Oh.
See, it says on it, admit 10.
Vincent looks down. We just have these boxes, do you?
Oh, yeah, don't worry. In time, your ticket will upgrade with more games played. Ever more games. There's only a few of them, but you'll get used to them. So he like reaches around. He's like, oh, it's so exciting to have friends. Yeah, there's you see these 3 boxes here. You need to just complete the games and fill in those check boxes. They'll give you a little piece of a sweet drop, and also just a stamp on your little card there. And then with 3 stamps, you'll be able to attend the main event. At the big top in the far back of the carnival over there.
Well, do you mind pointing me in the direction of the Den of Lies, I think it was called?
Oh, the Liar's Lair. Yeah, I'll take you there myself.
Thinking back, what were the rules?
You found a large board towards the entrance that read, "No leaving carnival grounds, no cheating. Violent guests will be inverted. No entry to the main event without a ticket, and make sure to have fun."
Vincent looks down and smiles. You wouldn't know what they would qualify as cheating here, would you, dear?
Oh, I'm entirely uncertain, to be honest. I've always followed what the board told me to do. But if you, sorry. I imagine if you were found doing something that you shouldn't, that would be a problem.
Well, I guess you gotta learn the hard way. And then I'll keep following him, I guess, with the group towards the liar's den.
He begins to move and he says, "Who have you met yet?"
Information booth?
Oh, he's a fun fellow, isn't he? I've named him Mache. I thought that was clever. He's okay. But just wait until you meet Bubbles. Bubbles is fun.
Also, he mentioned rain, that we shouldn't be out in it. Any particular reason why?
Well, the ground gets wet and you get wet and everything just becomes a bit mucky, doesn't it?
Hard to have fun in the rain.
They're also made out of paper, so rain plus paper beings probably equals bad times.
Oh, the Maches don't have a good time in the rain. That's for sure.
He looks down at himself and kind of scans his body. Do you notice anything different about it?
No, nothing.
Considering that you're so good at the games, I'm surprised you're still here.
Oh, yes. I don't know if you get to leave, to be honest with you. I have just about mastered everything there is, and I've seen the main event close to, it must have been, I think this will be my 4,316th time.
Oh, man. But you said you're the only non-paper person here?
Oh, not at all. You see, there's a few other people, but we'll have to meet them in due time. Here we are at the Liar's Lair. He brings you aside, and you see before you the Liar's Lair within the Test Your Tongue area. Beyond, this whole area is just dyed a vibrant pink and purple, and as you reach the other side, even the grass itself seems to grow in strange curls. But within the second stall, passing by the Find the Flabinger, you see Liar's Lair. A large home that looks like it is just a kind of wooden, like a wooden cottage. Two large double doors in front of you. He just pushes them open and begins to stride in.
Long?
Yeah, what's it look like in there?
You move in, the entire thing is dyed a just stark red. All of the walls are flat. You see that the interior belies the exterior. Within, two people stand in front of two doors. And as you begin to move forward, they say, "One person plays the Liar's Lair, please. The rest of you may follow, but the ticket is stamped for one and one alone."
Killian just immediately points to Vincent.
What are the rules for this game?
Both of them begin to speak. "We point to a door. We point to a door. You choose one, and we choose the other. We will see who goes where and who ends up on the other side."
Can I insight?
Go ahead and roll insight. 23. While they're telling the unabashed truth, as they stare towards you, they say, "I will try to convince you to go through my door." The other, "And I will try to convince you to go through my door. In the end, you will choose one, we will pass through, and we will see who wins and who loses.
Interesting. So, based on the rules, Adrian, just so I understand, it's less about me lying and more about me figuring out the lie.
Figuring out who here is lying and trying to get you to go through the wrong door.
Okay.
Do you wish to play?
I do. They'll walk up.
They begin to sidle side to side. One of them looks towards you and says, "Stare upon my door. See it filled with brilliant oak." He points, it's just a red featureless door, but as he begins to speak, images begin to fill in. You see it begin to turn into this just fine and exaggerated fancy door. Do you not wish to traverse through and find the delicacies on the other side? Or would you rather go through his door? Looks over, he says, "My door is the finest in the land. Where you see I made it from not, but pure ash wood." You see it just fill in. "A fine door, painted white through 1,000 years of history. This door has found its way to 5 kings' homes, you see. Would you rather I go through a door like this, or plain oak like his?" Points towards the other.
Before he insights them, because he will do that as well, I want to scan the doors. Vincent's he's been in some fancy places and he knows what nobility is. This is truly owned by 5 kings. He might have something he's used to seeing on it.
You move forward. Do you have history proficiency?
No.
You may go ahead and roll history as you begin to examine the doorway. Glancing over it, it seems absolutely fine. You can't determine, based on what you know of the world around you, like who or what may have owned this door in the past. But looking at it, it certainly seems to be expensive from what you can discern.
Okay. Then he will think back on what they said and try to insight them to see if he can see if any of them stuttered or blinked in a certain way.
Go ahead and roll insight.
15.
A 15. As the two were talking, the first individual looked towards you. What you insight from this is that as they were speaking, they actually offered you the chance as well to convince them to go through a different door. As though you could take them and offer, like, they seem pretty set on their own, but maybe their minds could be changed. As you look towards them, the first individual who's speaking about the oak door just kind of moved with this constant fluidity and understanding. And then the second almost seemed desperate and was gussying up their door to make it seem more impressive than it could have otherwise been. The first person seems to be... Their motives seem to be a bit more pure, and the second seemed to be a bit more loose.
Okay. Is there a spot in here that Vincent can use as his door, or is it more like he overtakes their door?
You choose one, and then they choose the other.
I don't understand what you mean by that.
What did you mean by your question?
So you said that my insight check made it so that I could try to convince them of it, like Vincent's own door. I'm just trying to imagine this room. Is there just 2 doors, and as we're looking at them, they're changing into the shapes? And if so, does Vincent have a door? Or does he overtake one of theirs with his description?
So they're standing in front of 2 doors. There's the oak door on the left, and then the ashwood door on the right.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, you've determined the oak door to probably be safer bet than the ash door. They are standing in front of both, trying to convince you to go into one or the other. If you choose the door on the left, they will end up going through the door on the right, and then wherever you end up is where you end up.
Okay. I think without even saying anything to them, Vincent will just walk up to the one that he felt like the person was being more truthful. I think it was the non-gussy king one.
You approach the leftmost door, and then the two take their position on the right before turning back to the party, looking at you all and saying, "Only one way out."
We have to go through door 2?
As you turn around to look behind you, the door that was back behind is gone.
Okay. You sure about this?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
There's always things to these things. You know what I mean?
You need to really work on your policies on consent, especially when people are participating in games.
They just look towards you with a flat face, literally, and just await a decision from door to door. They will listen for eternity.
If I like blew a gust of wind at them, would they like fly out of here? Like, you're made out of paper, right?
You can certainly try. Violent guests
not-
will be inverted.
I know, I'm not going to, but it's tempting.
Well, is playing really violent?
Never. Not once, ever.
Yep, Vincent will grip the doorknob and turn it.
You open the door and you look forward as the other two do the same. The doors open and you stride through. You find a featureless room with a glass window in the center, showing each side to this pathway. The rest of the party, do you remain in the back room or do you traverse through the door?
Go through.
As you travel through, you all stand in the midst of this room. The two paper, like origami people, turn their attention towards you on the other side of the glass, and they bring a hand up to wave goodbye. As flames erupt through their door, filling the room with an immolation, and in short order you see nothing but ash fall to the ground, and on the other side of the room, your doors open.
Wow.
We chose right! That's good.
Have you ever chosen wrong?
A few times. Yes. But that was a long time ago. I've healed since then.
You
For
gotta
all
be
games?
bonded, right?
What do you mean?
The ash bonded.
It does not ring a bell.
Huh. Sorry, Kelly, what were you gonna say?
Are all the games like this?
Oh, some are, some aren't.
Massive safety violations, yes.
Oh, most certainly. For the most part, at least.
Charming.
As you reach the other side, you make short passage outside of the main doors, and on the other side you see the two paper mache people standing, awaiting to greet you, and they say, "Well played. You've earned this." They flip a stamp around in one hand, and the other holds a sweet drop in the other. "Please, your card."
Vincent will hand his card. He
With
also looks at the rest of the party. I assume they also got the answer right themselves.
No, they said one stamp.
You one stamp.
Placing a hand over, they quickly stamp the card and offer you this kind of just round, hard lemon candy and drop it into your hand. They give a nod, and as they turn around and reach the home, it just falls down into the dirt and crumples.
What's the cooldown on this? We'll turn to the halfling.
Oh, 1 game per person per day, I believe. And then once you get all of your stamps, then you can head towards the main event. At least, well, it opens at night time. Nobody's guarding it or anything. It's more of an honor system. But I have never tried to go in without, we have to follow the rules.
Well, is there a rule that says you can't go in early?
Well, early. It won't have started, I think. But not explicitly. I mean, as long as you're having fun.
One game per person per day, right?
Yes, but don't worry, you can play them again tomorrow.
You guys want to go to the body one?
Sure.
What are
This is
the
exciting.
what are I'm gonna take these out. Oh, what are the stalls in that one?
Popping open
Matilda.
the map and Matilda kind of just unfurling it in your mind. You see Bugbear's Brawl, the Glutton's Glory, and Behold the Basilisk.
Bugbear's Brawl sounds like a good time.
Yeah, I'd avoid the basilisk here.
Yeah.
All of
Super
those
new
sounded
stone,
like
right?
D&D sex positions. Behold the Basilisk, Bugbear Brawl.
I just imagine someone flashing with Behold the Basilisk.
Behold the Basilisk! Very important question. Do you guys attempt to brave the chest-high walls, or do you go to the front of the carnival?
Go to the front, I guess.
I'll scan and see if anything changed.
Save for the individual piece that's missing. Nothing particularly, but go ahead and roll perception. As soon as you roll above 20, you do the one thing that nobody ever does in, like, ever. You looked up. As you glance upwards from where you are, you see that there are ropes and wires suspended above the carnival holding pennants of color that flutter in the wind, but atop those ropes, you see individual dancers. 2 lithe figures that move step by step on the rope, and the ropes do not sway, despite the fact that they are not taut. Dressed as crows, they wave their feathered arms in this just glorious dance as they reach each other, spinning around in a moment's notice and flipping to the other direction, constantly perusing the skies above you.
How far? Are they within 60 feet?
No, they're about 90 feet up. Actually, give me one moment. They are exactly... Oh, they are only 40 feet up.
Vincent will try to connect with one of them. Hello.
It has been such a nice day, such a fun day. Such a day as today. You must dance, only dance. Hello, mysterious brain that holds within my mind now that is not my own. Would you like to dance with me?
Of course, dear. Would you come down and maybe we can dance?
There is no down. There is only up, up high. It is dangerous down there. It is not as safe.
Why is that?
Oh, the ground holds such horrors. Such horrors. No, the sky is where we belong. The sky. You hear another voice intercept your telepathic connection. Who do you speak with, sister? Are they interrupting the steps? You seem sloppy. No, they wish to dance. Ah, then come up.
Vincent will turn to you all. Well, the two of there are fun, but unless you wish to go dance with them, we can leave them be. He'll point up to one. Then if you haven't seen them yet.
Okay. I want to go.
I'm good.
Yeah. Bianca, could you turn your mic up a bit?
Is this better?
Yeah, much better. Thank you.
Sorry about that.
I did not notice. You guys begin to move over towards Test Your Body, safely and reasonably moving around the chest-high walls. And as you as you reach the Test Your Body section, you look inwards and you see a large clown. All of the vendors have been replaced with this one individual who stands now before you, just massive and imposing. Actually, I have pictures of these fellows. Give me a moment.
Ooh. Jaws.
Hooray, Jojo gets to fight the clown.
Oh, my dream.
You have seen
It's just a
Mache.
mirror. I have to fight myself. It's just a mirror. I am the clown.
The 2 dancing individuals above you, wearing these fine crow-like garb,
Ooh.
dance ever so gracefully.
I think I've seen the Cirque du Soleil show.
No doubt. Before you now stands a massive, just imposing clown at roughly 10 feet, with blue cotton candy hair, red lipstick, painted a constant smile on his face, and just buff as hell.
Ugh.
As he stands wearing
I
a
hate
wearing a red kind of open doublet held down by a red sash, he looks over towards you and says, "Well, hey there, everybody.
Ew!
Welcome to Test Your Body. What are you here for?"
Is there a bugbear to fight?
Oh, there always is one or two. Would you like to fight?
Yeah. Wait,
tur-
does that, hang on. The sign said no violence, and I don't want to be inverted. Does that include that, or is this just a game? What's violence?
Oh, no violence allowed in the carnival. That would be unfortunate, and we
How
don't want things to happen.
How is violence defined?
Well, that's a question for someone who's smarter than me. And he raises a leg up to a perfect splits, spins around, places it down, and begins to walk.
I think we have to sort of make our own rules, dear.
I don't
want
to be inverted.
We'll deal with it. Well, maybe we can uninvert you if you apologize or something.
Maybe just try to like wrestle him and don't hit him.
Okay, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Oh! I see your confusion. I can't offer you any hints. I don't. Well, at least I don't think I can. But there's no actual brawling. That would be dangerous. Think of the children that will never come here.
There's no brawling.
No. You stride forward, following behind this clown as the just calves flex. You see them bound about 5 feet in the air and just slowly float to the ground as they move throughout the area. It's like, that's Bubbles. He's my favorite.
Why?
He's so happy and he speaks to you normally. You know, fun.
Okay.
Good. You stride forward. You find the Bugbear's Brawl. It is a large kind of, American Ninja Warrior-esque immediate walkway. Suspended above a small net underneath to catch you. It's about 20 feet high. And a single board where you see these gigantic spinning like mats covered in green foam that are slowly shooting this just all over the place. The walls on the side just dotted with it like spray paint.
Vincent will go over and put a hand on your shoulder and lean into your ear. I know you can do this, but if you can't, think of me. And he'll give you an inspiration.
Okay. Well, will do. I'll think about you when I'm failing.
And the things I can do with my tongue. Haha.
Okay, so what do I gotta do here, Bubbles?
Oh, you just have to get to the other side.
Okay.
Safe and sound.
Safe and sound.
Oh, yeah.
I just need to get from here to there.
Oh, yeah, it's about 60 feet. So it's not easy. You're gonna have to dodge or stop 3 of these mallets.
Dodge or stop 3 mallets. Okay.
Well, here you go. He like grabs you by the waist and picks you up and places you on the other side of a chest-high wall.
Okay. I'm gonna none in the rules. I'm just gonna rage.
Or a calm fury pours over you. That is the precise opposite of the definition of rage. And as a calm and calculated anger that you control fully begins to pour through your body. And as you stride in and lift yourself up onto this staircase, you find yourself standing now at the precipice as these cream-covered, just green goo mallets continue to spin. And you take your first step onto the thin board looking down, and you see the net below you to save you.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, so, sorry. The platform to get across, it's it like a single line? It's like a Ninja Warrior thing, so it's like the bouncy, bouncy, bounce on the sides, climb up a wall, swing on a rope.
Precisely.
The whole jazz. Okay, great.
Whole deal.
I just fucking go for it. Yeah, I'm raging. Let's go.
With rage, you run forward. So here's the thing. As you face each of these 3, they're just massive mallets that are constantly spinning. You have a choice here. You can athletics, attempt to stop them. Constitution save, allow them to hit you and kind of just brave it while remaining on the bench. Or you can attempt to dodge over it because there is virtually no way around.
Ooh, well, I think an athletics check is my best go since I have advantage on it. So I'll do that one.
You begin to run forward as you try and slam into this. Ooh. Your rage built within you. You just shoulder check this first one and it just breaks and immediately falls off to the side. And Bubbles is like, ooh, don't worry. You don't have to pay for that.
Good. I wasn't gonna.
You continue running forward. He's like, well, it would have been nice to offer, but that's fine. As you reach the second, your shoulder kind of begins to just creak and crack. Athletics will be a little bit more difficult this time. You have dexterity saving throw or con saving throw or athletics.
How is it a bit harder? Just the DC's higher?
Your body is basically just about to break. That first hit was a lot more than you would have expected.
I will do athletics again.
All right.
Ah!
You
16!
You slam into the second one, and as you just await the brace, you break into your shoulder, checking into the body of this. It kind of breaks for a second. You can feel it flex, and then slowly moves away, having stopped its momentum. You reach the third part where you have to go over the zip line. You do a small backflip over the small gap on the other side, and as you dodge back and forth between the small wooden spikes that are like just jutting out from the midst of nowhere, you reach the third platform. What do you do?
Is another choice between the same 3?
It'll be athletics, constitution saving throw, or dexterity saving throw.
Think I gotta do a con. Oh, but athletics. So I have a +7 to my athletics, and then it's advantage. So like estimated +5, and then my con save is a +8. So I'm just like math. I'll do a con.
Con save? You run
Yeah.
forward, you just kind of brace yourself and allow this thing to hit you.
Bam.
It slams into the center of your chest and just immediately regrets that decision as the back snaps off and then 2 halves of it fall to either side. You triumphantly move towards the other side of the game, and as you exit, Bubbles is awaiting there with a stamp in hand and says, well, that was a fantastic display.
Thanks.
You don't need to thank me. He stamps your
okay.
card, pulls out a sweet drop, and places it in your hand. He turns over towards it.
Or it's just a treat.
It's delicious. He pulls on a small pull cord, and the entire thing deflates.
Oh.
The entire attraction just gone in the midst of a few moments. That's 1 stamp for you. And then Bubbles prances away.
Hold on, Bubbles.
Another Bubbles behind you. Yes!
Do you need anyone to repair the hammers that Jojo broke?
Oh, no. No. You are guests. No, your job is to have fun. Everything else is on us.
Okay. I do have fun fixing things, though.
Well, that's a problem.
I can have fun other ways. That's fine.
Oh, excellent then. He turns and just bounds away.
I didn't realize we'd be getting hobby shamed while we're at this carnival. What the fuck?
Only acceptable hobbies.
Vincent will mentally connect with you all and kind of ping you about the same message, being like, they didn't explain any rules, but as long as we're having fun, I think we can be a little bit more creative if we need to.
Okay.
Where to next?
Yeah.
Well, Jojo, why don't you do another one? You still have that inspiration. Might as well
Only
use
one person per day. Right?
Oh, no. One person can play 1 game. So basically, you need to defeat 3 challenges before you. But that game is, it's deflated. He looks over towards it.
Oh, so like you can't play the same game
Yes.
3 times. Oh, I see. Yeah, sure. Let's go. What was the other one? Behold the Basilisk? Let's just fucking do that one. I don't think the names matter.
You stride over only a few feet to behold the basilisk, and you see a large, there's a black curtain in the front, and then a wooden box around the sides, a massive open space behind, also covered in what amounts to a barn. And as you approach the entrance, he says, welcome. You see Bubbles exits with just a small chicken hat on. He says, you wish to behold the basilisk?
I guess so.
Ho. I can't wait. He strides forward and opens the curtain leading to a dark room on the other side.
Maybe I wasn't wrong about that.
Vincent will put his mental connection on Jojo just to keep tabs on her while he goes into the darkness.
Are you guys coming with, or am I going into the room alone with the clown who wants to show me his basilisk?
Of course I'm
I
coming
think
with you.
you
I
need
love
to
snakes.
experience these things on your own, dear.
She doesn't get to look at the snake by
Alone
herself.
with Matilda. Yeah, Matilda, you come and kill you.
I would say roll nature, but Matilda has actively failed this nature check.
Okay, great. Yeah, Matilda, you come with me. Let's go.
Okay. Do you think you'll let me pet the snake?
I hope not.
The curtain closes, and unfortunately, you see that Bubbles does not join you in the room. He just kind of stands on the other side and begins to go. He pulls out 2 ice cream cones and hands one to Vincent and one to Killian.
Vincent takes it.
What flavor would you like it to be?
Cookie?
Chocolate it is. Both of them turn brown.
I was hoping for vanilla bean, but this will do.
He just stares at you, and the smile goes down before creaks back on his face.
Stop shaming us.
Thea, one thing you're gonna have to know is your enjoyment. It's not everyone else's.
Okay. He smiles and just begins to once again hum and bob back and forth on the inside of the room. Pitch darkness. However, I mean, neither of you have dark vision, yeah?
JoJo has dark vision.
Yeah, you do have dark
I
vision.
don't. I'm
Okay,
a stupid
good.
human, and I can't see in the dark. But anyway, does Matilda know what a basilisk is? Like, she knows it's a snake, so she's like, ooh, snakes, because she likes freaky, creepy things. But does she know anything about what a basilisk does?
Nature with disadvantage.
Okay.
And Jojo, you may roll nature.
Well, fuck. That was an...
I will save that bardic
I
inspiration.
want to pet the pretty snake.
As you guys stride forward, basilisks have escaped. You've heard the name basically before in mythology. That's about it.
Okay.
As you guys stride forward, you see a small chair and then a wooden wall. Faint bits of light pour through this curtain in front of you, but you can't really see. The other side is fully obscured.
There's no hole in the wall, is there?
There is a curtain.
I will sit in the chair.
Keep show.
As you sit there, you hear a wooden gunk, 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 as below a small chin-shaped face rest appears and a wooden face mask in front of you for you to put your head in.
Ugh. Last time I put a mask on, I was an old man.
You know what? Let's rock, paper, scissors. Come here.
You said you didn't want to test your body, Matilda.
See this? I want to see the snake.
Yeah, well, the snake might bite you or some shit, and you can't handle that. I'd put my face in the mask.
Oh.
First off, as you sit there, the darkness becomes profound.
Oh.
The fear
You
begins
can't
to
see shit
set
anyway.
in. Slowly in
You.
front of you, the curtain begins to draw, and a chilling silence begins to pour through the room. You just hear the faint trickle of water, footsteps, and something on the other side. As the chilling night begins to bear down upon you in this unknown, you feel yourself in the forest. You can hear movement behind you, in front of you. It's everywhere. And as it circles around, roll a Constitution saving throw.
Both of us?
For this one, it will be just Jojo.
I don't need it. So I keep on thinking about using that bardic inspiration, but I'm like, there's no way a 25 isn't gonna do it. And if it doesn't do it, then the DM's a
True. Now I
Just don't wanna
have
think
now
of
I have
it.
decisions.
You're just like,
That's a constituted snake.
As you stare forward, you manage to fight off the fear that is just beset within you, and you keep your face in the position. Cold perspiration pours down your forehead. As the light 3 turn on, you see a wooden creature on the other side, a large picture of a chicken with just spinning googly eyes that goes, gaga! 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 And then the entire curtain flops down. The
Is that
your chair slowly begins to move backwards until it exits the room.
It's like the ride is done.
Yep. And
I
as you
just, like-
slowly exit, Matilda, you just see all of this happen. This just strange kind of lizard chicken beast. You exit the room and stare outwards as you
think that
find
you
yourself
guys-
here.
You guys all see like the chair come out and Jojo's just like in a sweat looking so confused.
Well, did you get everything you need, dear? Or do everything you needed to do?
Yeah. I think. Was that it?
Bubbles looks towards you and he's like, and you saw the basilisk, right?
I saw something.
It
For
was,
sure.
and it was a basilisk? You're 100% certain of that.
I'm. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. He flips open his stamp and just kind of places a stamp down on yours and hands you a sweet drop. It says, congratulations. That's 2 stamps on your card. You might want to save some time. It's getting dark. He looks up towards the sky, and as he says that, the sun moves over.
You know.
Make sure to share the fun around.
Uh-huh.
I see.
But we've only gotten 2 stamps, one for Vincent and one for Jojo.
I got
You-
2. I have 2 sticks.
Why do you have 2?
Because I did 2 games.
I think it's about time we get you guys your stamps, just in case.
Bubbles, I'd like to do the glutton game.
Okay. The glutton's glory. Oh, well, let's move. He turns once again, just like full splits, flip 180 degrees and begins to walk. You are all doing very well. I've not seen very many people, well, at all. But I mean, I only really have myself as a reference point, and I didn't do this well at first. This is your first time, or have you been here before? And I just didn't see it. What a shame that would have been.
No, dear. This is our first time here. But one thing you gotta know about us is we don't really fail.
That's good. I was really worried we weren't going to get to watch the Big Top show together.
Distan, what did you do before you were here?
Oh, that's a very good question. He rolls history. Goodness, that was probably that was a long time ago. I've been here many years. Probably something along the lines of. Oh, we have not met Lassily yet. We must meet Lassily. And he begins to move and just strides off.
Who is this, Lassily?
Lassily's. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just say he'll spark out a conversation while we're walking.
Oh, Lassely's a juggler. She's quite fine. She's very good at what she does.
Taking in the art of circus.
It feels right. Excuse me. Do you know? You know what I mean? It's like just moving your body to a degree that is excessive. It's just kind of wow, you know?
Sounds
Like-
sweaty and exhausting.
Precisely. But you get paid. Or you pay to see it and then you come and the wonder and the lights, everything. It's just I can't even express. This is like my own personal heaven. Smiles as he looks around again. You reach the glutton's glory. Only a few feet away, still within test your body. You do not need to brave the chest-high walls. As you find just a large plinth and a circular table atop with a chair on the backside as you begin to approach. It says, any number of people can join this one, but only one person is actually the gets the stamp.
Uh-huh.
Does this involve food?
Yes, quite. It's a lot of food, but if you think you can do it, then you just gotta scarf it down.
Killian, dear, do you mind if I join you?
No. Be my guest.
Killian's gonna get the stamp though, right?
Of course.
The two of you stride forward, and you make your way up to the glutton's glory. As you find yourself moving up the steps, you only see the one table, but the whole thing just kind of moves over, and a table kind of pulls itself out of the ground. As you both sit down, Bubbles arrives in a chef's coat with a massive hat, easily 10 feet tall. and then pulls out from his lapel a massive pie, places it down in front of both of you, and then says, and just to top it off, a full chicken on each. Turns around, like throws some spices on top and sprinkles, and then chocolate.
Oh no.
Vincent's gonna keep a ear out for chewing.
Roll perception.
Unsettling chewing.
What? That's a phrase I didn't know I didn't want to hear.
9.
Unsettling chewing.
Save for your own, that you imagine will be coming shortly. You do not hear any excessive like chewing on the wind or in the back of your consciousness or anything like that. You are safe for now. As you sit, the two of you begin to dig in. Bubbles stands back and brings his hands together, just excitedly watching the both of you begin to eat. And then as you finish like a leg of chicken, Vincent, this is like half of a meal. And Killian, this is like gourmet food that is more than rare to you. But as you guys begin to eat, and he places, he's like, oh, I forgot, turkey on each side, turns whipped cream, sprinkles, like hard candy around the outer edge, and as you continue to eat, the pile grows bigger and bigger. And then you can see Bubbles' pockets growing smaller and smaller. Both of you roll a Constitution saving throw. You reach the point where you are full, incredibly, and Bubbles, oh, silly me, pulls up some cotton candy from his hair and places it on top.
Does Vincent's natural ability to eat give him any sort of bonus to this?
You're gonna have a +2.
Save, right?
Constitution saving throw. The plate piles up to be almost the height of Killian, but the both of you manage to scarf it down straight to the bones, leaving nothing but a tin plate underneath. And as Bubbles wipes away a single tear, he pulls out his stamp and says, so which one of you's gonna be getting this one? You've made me proud. Flips it around, pulls out a candy from the other hand, and then places it down in your hand, and boop, stamps your card.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you
Vincent
are
just, like,
most welcome.
Uses a handkerchief and like gets up from the table. I was just hungry, dear.
I get hungry sometimes, but I can't eat. That's for the guests.
Vincent's gonna telepathically connect to Bubbles as he's speaking. Does he hear anything?
No thoughts, particularly. Not until you connect in and he says, oh, hello there. But he says it out loud.
Vincent doesn't respond.
Can I insight
hello.
check that he can't eat?
You may roll insight.
Matilda does grab a couple of licorice roots out of her bag and gives them to Vincent and Killian to chew because they help with indigestion. Chew these.
Oh, I don't think I'll need it.
I don't have any room left in me.
Jojo, with your 17, there was a hint of resentment in that statement.
Oh, wow.
But
Okay.
100% truthful. You don't know the last time this man has eaten anything.
Is it resentment, like, I guess I probably can't tell much, but does it feel like he's resentful because he is jealous that he can't eat, or that he's not a guest? Or...
Ooh. With a 17, it seems pretty strictly about the fact that you guys were just eating his food and he was not.
Okay. Cool.
As a very good question.
Killian, just hold on to it, and when you feel like you can put a little bit in your mouth, just chew on it, and it should help with your upset tummy.
Okay.
On to the next game. Who's doing what and where and how? He pulls out his own ticket again and kind of looks at it. And he's like, I don't really need to play anymore, so it's fine.
Is there anything that's more like intelligence based, like brain
Ooh.
power?
Yes. There's the test your thought area over here, and that's Lazuli. Oh, we should go there next. You look at the map in your mind and you find Flashy Feathers, Flight of Fancy, and the Jolly Jaunt.
Okay. Also, Jojo, and Matilda like turns and she has like her hands on her hips. I totally could have done the basilisk, but I'm choosing to do the thoughts one.
Okay.
You did see
Good
the
for you.
basilisk. It's just
I
that
know,
JoJo was
that's
the one who had the face mask.
Yeah, I knew I could handle it. It just had googly eyes.
Yeah, okay. I believe you. I didn't know it was gonna show up, Matilda. I know that you could have handled that, but I didn't know if someone was gonna come out and bite your face off, okay?
Just because it's happened like 3 times doesn't mean it's a pattern.
3 times seems like a pattern.
No, it's not. Let's
We're just
go.
gonna like slowly like maneuver them towards the
Yeah. We brave the wall.
Do you brave the wall to get to test your thought? I will say this: it's only 1 jump away.
I will brave it.
You hop
Let's
it.
brave that wall.
You just
I
jump
just
over it. It's just it's like 3 feet tall.
He walks up to it and everyone's like, ooh, and he just hops over it. He's like, guys, what do you...
I ask Bubbles for a boost.
He lifts you up and brings you over the wall. Yeah,
Oh, thanks.
happily. Are you all having fun?
Yes.
That's good.
I haven't decided yet. Bye.
What if you said no, dear?
You see he slowly begins to move towards the other side of the wall as you begin to walk away and reaches out, but as his hand hits the back, it just
Oh.
He looks down to those who are still on the other side of this wall, which is Jojo and Killian. You have a good day now.
Uh-oh. Was I breaking a rule?
I mean, yeah. Jojo just sort of rolls over.
Yep, no difficulty
Hi,
whatsoever.
Bubbles.
Farewell.
In the back of his mind, Vincent's like, if you ever wanted to leave, you need that help, you can reach out.
Roll persuasion.
It has not been an hour yet, right?
No. Well, actually, looking up, it seems like time is shifting forward, but for the matter of your items and spells, it has not been. 19. You see he stops for a moment, his jolly movement
sorry,
halts.
24. 19 was
Ah.
the worst one.
19 was the worst one ever. He's striding forward. You see him this constant dance, but as you connect in and you say that, he just stops. You see his back, and he just holds in a brief pause before continuing a less excited bounce away from your guys' area and around the corner.
Can I insight check that? Is he not responding?
You don't need to. He wasn't not responding to you. That was just a shocking revelation to this individual. And then slowly he begins to make his way outside of view.
I see.
You all make your way over towards Test Your Thought. Again, you have Flashy Feathers, you have Flight of Fancy, and Jolly Jaunt.
I'd like to go to Flight of Fancy, please.
The Flight of Fancy. Moving towards the middle of the area, you see the bright silver blue colors of the area just permeating. The grass each standing in perfect rows, everything mathematically flawless.
Woo.
The individual who's standing before you now at this place, dressed in flashy red finery and adorned with a black painted mask on her face, juggling eternally these just rounded spheres that almost seem to move to her hands rather than her hands moving to them in this just constant dance. And can't stop as the spheres continue moving. She meets them, one edge to the other. Says,
Do they seem to be moving to some sort of music or rhythm?
they're moving to the pattern of the song that has been omnipresent around you.
Vincent will take out his piano keys and start playing his own. Slow it down. Make it louder than the sound that's around.
The orbs begin to move to your tune.
He slows it down so that she can come over.
Comes to a almost stop. And then you can see a look of mild relief on her face as she says, you are coming here for the games, yes?
Yes.
Yep.
Well then, right this way. Flight of Fancy, I heard you say over there.
Huh?
Very well. She begins to move, and you can see just the fucking burning muscles in her arms begin to lighten slightly from this slower tune.
In the back of her head, she hears, "Dear, feel free to take a rest." And Vincent will it's the most drawn out, dull, It still sounds nice, but it's super. It's like you could fall asleep.
One
Hey,
note a
Vin-
minute.
Yeah.
Hey, Vincent, do you think she'd benefit from some vile cork earplugs?
I don't know
Hi.
if that would help, but you could always offer.
Hi, can you tell me your name one more time?
Oh, I'm afraid I cannot.
Oh. Can you come closer to me for a second?
You see the halfling man runs up to you and says, "Her name is Leslie." And then she
La-
approaches you slowly.
Leslie, hold still for a second, okay? And I take out a couple of my cork stoppers and I boonk them in her ears to see if that helps. Vincent can talk to you. Oh, I take the cork. Vincent can talk to you in your head and he can translate, okay? Boop. Then I put the corks in.
Roll a D100.
Oh, shoot. The one time I get 100.
Man.
No, 81.
Pretty good though.
81
Okay.
is quite good. You see that as the music stops, she kind of, her hands, which were anticipating the next ball, the ball just stops in midair, and she doesn't know what to do with her hands. She just begins to hold them out as she turns and begins to walk forward, like her hands just spread this way, as she, like, points towards the next place, and she just doesn't understand. The orb, like, paused in front of her. She just stares at confusedly and then looks down towards you all. And slowly her hands reach her sides. And you can see a look of relief wash over her face. Thank you.
Who's making you do this, dear?
It is just how it is here. It is fun.
But you're not having fun.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. She pulls out the corks and throws them to the side as the balls begin to move once again. See? Such whimsy. Throws them off to the sides.
You might be able to lie to yourself, dear. But you're not fooling me.
Vincent and Matilda, with your passive perception, you took note that the two twins who were standing atop above, who have been moving throughout this entire area, halted and perched on the rope, staring down at her. And as she begins juggling once more, they begin their dance. So much fun. So much fun. As she
They
begins
watch
to move
from
off.
above?
What?
The ones above. Do they wish for you to be happy?
On to the games. With your passive insight, you know these are some form of enforcers. Omnipresent and ever watching.
They talk about fun, Vincent. I don't think fun and happy do these people necessarily have to exist at the same time. Does any of this stuff feel vaguely like a curse or like a fey mischief?
Doesn't feel fey from what you've seen. There's a madness here certainly, but there is no particularly like distorted worldview here.
Okay, she's only coming from her experience with like from Mama Mel talking about like her demonic stuff for like demonic curses or fey things, but if that she doesn't have any that's cool. Just wanted to give context.
But before we jump into the next game, as we circle around and Leslie leads you, now juggling with a new fervor, to the Flight of Fancy game. We will go on break. You all stride forward following Leslie who has a new renewed vigor in her juggling. But you reach the Flight of Fancy. It is not a stall like you had seen before. This is an attraction. As you approach, you see a wooden coaster that seems to delve itself down into a deep cavern. Similar, looking along the lines of a minecart moving down a mine shaft into just darkness. This is the Flight of Fancy. I hope you enjoy.
I think I will.
I am certain you will. I am certain you will. She begins
Is
to
it
move
like
away.
a 4-person minecart?
No.
Oh.
Vincent will mentally connect with Matilda. Don't worry, dear. Like I told Jojo, if you need some help, just think of me. He'll cast Bardic Inspiration on you.
I did eventually use it, by the way, on my insight check. So just so you don't feel like I wasted your Bardic.
That's okay.
Thank you, Vincent.
Oh well, you just feel that. You don't. I don't know if you know about these like abilities going off, but
I'm still saying thank you to what he said to Matilda.
Hmm.
You don't think of me. I have to think of you whenever I'm in situations I don't understand.
it helps, doesn't it?
Yes, and sometimes it makes it worse. And then Matilda walks away into the minecart.
You jump onto this one small cart, and as Leslie just kind of like slowly bounds up this small wooden ascent, you find her behind as she places one leg on the back of your carriage and just slowly begins to push. And as you begin to descend, the rest of you stand outside and watch. Matilda, you begin to move further down as you
It's a
move into
nice
the
boat.
darkness.
I'm kidding, sorry. old joke.
It is good that this human was the one who took this, because for the rest of you, being able to see all the mechanisms in the background would have just ruined the illusion. As you begin to move, the darkness surrounds you. Everything becomes slow, and then the cart reaches almost a horizontal point where you feel the entire weight of your body dragging you downwards. And as you hold on for dear life, you are at a 90-degree angle. It holds you there before dropping you straight down, and you just continue to descend. Eventually, ripping off to the side, you begin to see geometric shapes pass by you. Individual moments in time, pictures of blurred figures passing by you like memories. And then they begin to coalesce as more and more begin to build, and this just impossible geometry, this mental picture in 3 dimensions begins to unfold around you. I need you to roll an intelligence saving throw.
My goodness, this is like the tunnel scene from Willy Wonka. I was just like,
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Save,
You see the
said?
madness pour around you. It is a intelligence saving throw.
Okay. Why is it not charisma or wisdom?
You see the painting that you did in
Well, you went
A
into
little
the
children's
in-face tunnel.
Correct.
13. You continue to move, and you reach a small patch of memories. You gaze at them, and you try and make sense of what's happening in front of you, but you can't. You were born into this, but it was taken from you. Can they do that? Who are they? Who am I supposed to be angry at? What is happening? You find yourself alone, abandoned. And as the thoughts continue to rip through your mind, you find new families and old families, and everything shifts. Everything is different. Lies, death, murder, take, give? No. And everything continues to spiral around you until you lose your sense of self and your thought goes blank. The ride concludes. And out the other side, a small hole just... The carriage comes up, and you see Matilda. Matilda, you have failed your intelligence saving throw, and you have gone mad.
Oh,
Any action that you take for the remainder of this one shot, you must roll a d100, and the outcome will be determined by a table.
oh, jeez.
the
Now,
rest of the
here-
session.
Now here's the caveat, Adrian. Matilda's a little bit funky and weird. Is the party gonna notice right away?
Ah,
As you reach the other side, here's what I want to say: roll deception.
Okay. I will roll deception. It's not intentional, but like I just want to see how well like the party will be able to sussied out this baka.
Yeah, I'm not actively looking, so it would be my passive insight, I guess.
Now, do I have any advantage or disadvantage? Like, I actually believe that I'm like, I don't think anything's different, but I'll roll normal for now. But like, wondering.
Let me think. I don't think so, especially since this
No?
is not
Okay.
an intentional use case. 17. Vincent, you do notice that something is off with Matilda. As you reach the other side, Matilda, your eyes are kind of glossed over, and Leslie approaches you and says, "Pity." And the entire thing, the cavern just descends until it is flat against the ground.
Matilda?
Yeah?
Everything okay?
Should I roll to see what happens?
What action are you taking?
I was going to respond, but I don't know if I'm going to respond in some way that makes sense.
Only if you would take basically like if you are trying to actively do something, like I'm going to perform a backflip. If you roll an ability check, a saving throw, anything along those lines, an attack roll.
I don't think I did it.
Well, there's more. He gestures at the other two areas. Maybe you can try your luck there.
Do I get a stamp?
I am afraid not.
Oh.
This one has passed by you. But try another game another time. But she looks up and the sun in the sky once again continues. Moves down. You want to make sure you get your stamps for the evening. You don't want to miss the main event.
How many do we need to get?
You look down and you see that there are 3 empty spots, save for the stamps that you currently have.
What is the halfling man's name that is with us? Yeah.
His name is Disnan.
Dissonant, like dissonance.
Dissonant? You have extra tickets, right?
No, just the one, I'm afraid. And I'm not going to give it to you. I need you. It's mine. You can't have it. You're not going to take it from me. Begins to move back and holds it to his chest.
I wasn't going to take it. I was just going to ask if you had any extras.
No.
Well, we can try one more game and see if I can get in. Sorry, guys.
It's okay. We all got to get 3 tickets, I think, so.
What are
Based
the
on
other...
the pattern that we've seen from the sky, how many times do we have left until night?
You guys probably have another... It's quite a while. It's not insignificant. You guys are probably at noon right now. Nighttime would be about 6.
Okay.
Maybe anywhere between 6 or 9 attempts.
From what Matilda's discerned from the way that the people are moving time, how much time do we have left until we have to go to the main event?
You assume, considering they're just saying nightfall, sometime around 6 p.m.
Like in Matilda's internal clock, or by the way that they're manipulating the sun?
Ooh, that one's... that's a weird and hard way to kind of manipulate. It doesn't seem like time moves until something progresses.
Okay. That's what I was trying to figure out, is is this by the internal clock, or is it by weird timey-wimey, carnival shit?
Wibbly wobbly.
Yeah.
Well, dear, do you want to try another one in this area, or do you want to go somewhere else?
Can I hear what they're called again, please?
For the intelligence?
Mm-hmm.
Test your thought. Flashy Feathers and Jolly Jaunt.
Which one did I did? Flight of Fancy, right?
Yeah.
Should we do in a different area, or should I do it here?
What do you do?
Okay. I was thinking of trying Flashy Feathers.
Go for it.
Flashy Feathers, please!
Lazuli guides you off to the Flashy Feathers. And as you reach the other side of these just large tents, the dirt ground underneath you begins to creak with your footsteps. And as the sun, once again, kind of now high in the sky, draws long or just stark shadows on the ground underneath you, you can feel the intense heat begin to build, and a few clouds begin to arrive within the sky. You arrive at Flashy Feathers. He said, oh, I like this one. I like this one a lot. So you go inside, and you'll see that there's a rock. Do you know what a rock is?
I'm familiar.
It's okay. Well then, you must count the feathers on the back of the rock. That's it. It's quite simple.
Without looking at it?
Oh no, you can look at it. They're just kind of,
Okay. Let's go give this a try.
You stride forward, and as Lazuli just like pulls the curtain back, one of the orbs kind of just pins itself to the side of the wall, and then she lets it go as it begins to flutter away, and the curtain draws to a close. You all stand outside. Lazuli just begins to dance in place and throws the orbs up in this dance.
Is this one that we can only get one stamp, or can my friends participate too?
You can only ever receive one stamp for one person for one game.
They all work the same deal.
But didn't during the eating contest one, Killian and Vincent
Nope.
get one?
Just
No.
Killian
Nope.
did. Vincent was
Okay.
just hungry.
Oh, okay,
Lazuli is not stopping anyone from entering in, though.
cool. Okay, no worries. I confused myself. My apologies.
Not a problem. As you enter in, once similarly to the Behold the Basilisk, a small curtain begins to open, and beyond you see a wooden bird just about 100 yards away, and there's various different levels of these just wooden individual feathers that begin to shift back and forth in this constant and confusing movement. As you approach and you just begin to hunker down, studying the various different locations, go ahead and roll investigation for me.
So you said anyone could go in with, right?
Nobody is stopping you guys. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Killian would like to go in with Matilda.
Could Jojo cast Eureka on Matilda?
Yeah, you guys stride into the interior and you begin to.
So you guys just see Jojo pull out a light bulb and then like just put it above Matilda's head before it just goes bing, and then she just puts it away.
I love the idea of you see like Matilda's like studying and counting. There's like a shing on her glasses and then that little bing of a light bulb. What does that do?
It gives you a 1d4 to an intelligence check. You don't need to use it right away. It lasts for a minute.
Matilda's investigation, I am also proficient.
You stride forward and you begin to attempt to like interact with the game in a way that. How do you try and aid this one?
So I know that Matilda is like, you know, like Rain Man kind of brain. So like she's not gonna have a problem counting. What I want to see is kind of intuit whether or not like perhaps there's hidden feathers in like the machine that would cause
Oh
the
yeah.
count to fall, right? Like if it's like, oh, it's like showing all these feathers going back and forth, but then maybe there's a set of feathers behind one that copies it or something like that. Like any little tricks like
Yeah, it's like those stupid puzzles where you have to count all the squares, but then you forget that like there's like squares within squares, so then you fuck up the yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
As you stride forward, Matilda and Killian, up towards the front, and you begin to investigate this. You may roll investigation with advantage, Matilda, and if you may use the D4 if you wish. Can you do that before or after? I believe you can, right?
The d4?
For Eureka, I can check it out right here. Before the spell ends, the creature can roll a D4 and add the number rolled to one intelligence ability check of their choice. They can roll the die before or after making the ability check. The spell then ends. So go ahead and roll the advantage investigation. Killian, as you approach and you begin to kind of like investigate the machine, it's like 100 feet away, not 100 yards, like I said before. But as you are glancing, you kind of like bring your hand up to your face, and a wooden or a folded paper fan slaps you on the back of the wrist as Lastly stands at the side of the room and says, "No cheating."
What's cheating?
You are helping her complete the game. You are not doing the game by yourself. But as you investigate, you do, but right before this fan comes in and slaps you, Matilda, you and Killian realize you're looking forward towards these feathers and you can see the individual pieces. What you now notice is that there's a metal bolt at the base of each feather. And exactly as you had suspected, there is several metal bolts at the bottom that are that produce no visible feathers. You can see 4 additional feathers completely hidden in the base of the machine at the back. As you bring back, you turn towards Lastly, and the answer is 16 feathers.
Okay. Do I have to roll to see if I can even complete this with a D100?
Roll a D100 for me. A 5.
What does this mean?
Oh, this is
Nothing
fun.
bad happens?
Here's the thing. You may now ask me a question, and I can either, and I will not tell you what, I will either truthfully answer or I will lie to you. But basically, like, you receive a vision from the past or the future. You can ask the DM a question, and I will either tell you the truth or a lie, and you will not know which.
Shit.
Ooh.
1 moment.
Ah, something good. Ding, ding, ding.
Evil Kermit.
Ding, ding.
Mm.
Oh, I thought your beard was like a mouse for a second. Like,
How aware are Matilda's birth parents of her? Like, how much have they kept tabs on her?
Oh shit.
They hope you are alive.
Bullshit.
And we're back. As you just utter out
uh,
bullshit into the open air, everyone looks at you mildly confused. But you offer the right answer. Or do you even?
Yes. 16?
Leslie turns towards you and smiles, and you can see in the background, Dissonance just like, yes! As you move forward, produce your card, stamp Candy.
How did my voices in my head react to random DM god voice in my head?
They didn't.
Oh. 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 Okay. Interesting.
Also, as the party's like collecting stuff, Vincent's gonna mind connect with Leslie again. Are you also trapped here?
I am allowed to be here.
What if you wanted to be somewhere else? Are you allowed to be there?
One cannot leave the carnival. Do not leave the carnival grounds.
Well, if and when there comes a time when you want to leave there, just let us know.
Roll persuasion.
Hotel California vibes going on here.
Welcome. That's all we get. I can give you guys a
20.
You can never
20.
leave.
20. Once again, you see this kind of just like twitch in the face, and then a smile return as she continues juggling, and remains once again ever silent. You are one by one breaking these people.
oh.
Ooh, that was crazy.
Sorry.
You want
Boot it
harmonica
way.
or
Harmonica intensifies.
accordion? So these candies we've been getting, could Jojo take out hers, like her too, and sorry, I hate those. Nope, I don't need to get used to them. Can I take out those candies and do a magic awareness? I'd also like to get Leslie in my 60 feet.
Leslie,
Magic vision.
the entire area around you is devoid of magic. Even when you look towards yourselves, and the spell that you've just cast, not a spark of magic.
Huh.
However, as you look up at the sky, you see just a dome that begins about just past those wires where the two crows are dancing. Beyond that is just blinding color, but it is just a pale, wispy gray.
Huh, gray. That
Matches
isn't-
no school of magic that you're aware
Yeah.
of.
I'm always seeing weird schools of magic. But the candy is a no. But like, it seems like we have been able to cast magic, but it's not appearing in my vision. So it's very possible that these candies are like magic.
Yeah, basically what you're inferring here is that things like detect magic, magic awareness, maybe even identify, these spells don't seem to function wherever you are.
Okay. I think
Well,
George is gonna...
it did function in a way, just not the way you intended.
I think Jojo's gonna pop the candy in her mouth. She's gonna be the test subject for the group.
You eat it. It's rather sweet. It tastes quite good. No further effects.
Yet.
We'll see.
Well, if you guys don't mind, I'd like to stick my hand into one of these other ones.
Sure.
Vincent will hop wall, go back. What was the last two in the charisma area that were left?
The two remaining in Test Your Tongue. You have Find the Flabinger, and you have Mime's Mimic.
Mine's mimic.
You guys hate the Flabinger. You hop one wall and you return to test your tongue.
You know, most people can't find the Flabinger with the tongue, so.
Phenomenal.
Killian does like look to Vincent and like tap her head.
I'll connect. What does it do?
They got really angry when I helped with a puzzle. Whereas when you were with me, you weren't helping because we both had our own share.
That's right.
So as long as someone else participates but doesn't help, it doesn't count as cheating.
We'll keep that in mind.
You find your way over towards the Mime's Mimic. As you approach, you find a very small room, not much more than what you, like, 3 feet wide and 4 feet tall. Or, I mean, like 10 feet tall, 4 feet by 3 feet. As you approach, you see... Leslie did not follow you guys. Bubbles is not here. A very, very tall individual wearing a crinoline dress approaches and just continues to spin like a ballerina. You see the feet on the ground, unmoving, and as they reach you, a feather fan completely obscures the face, and just wide distress puffs out easily 6 feet on either side. And as they stop before you, they say, "Oh, you wish to play Mime's Mimic?"
We do. Or I do.
One long, distended hand grabs the curtain and begins to pull it back for you. "Enter in, please."
Looking at this person's, like, what they're wearing and stuff, do they seem like a madame, or are they something else? Is
Yes,
it more like a ballerina?
I'd say roll insight.
14.
14. It seems intentionally obscure. It's very difficult to tell. You're not even certain that there's a humanoid behind this, but you do hear a kind of just husky voice.
Okay. Vincent will nod in the direction and walk into the tent.
As the one long finger lets go and folds back, you find yourself in a small dark room with a mirror. You hear from the mirror your own voice repeat back to you. "You just need to match my movements." That was a terrible Vincent, sorry.
He's gonna imagine it's slightly better.
I'll say this, canonically, the voice wasn't perfect.
He will repeat back, "You just need to match my movements."
The head nods off to the side. So this is a game of deception and insight. You need to determine what their movements are going to be and match them. After you match their movements, they need to match yours. This is a contest. So, who goes first?
I would like to try and match his movements first.
That will be a insight check, please, against your own deception.
Go, Vincent.
$22.
A hand gets brought up and you follow it before it quickly drops to the side and the other hand lifts, but you do not manage to move in time. You jerk behind slightly and you feel just a single water drop hit the top of your head. That's one fail, darling. Your turn.
Okay. Could... Vincent's gonna close his eyes when he does this, and without even really thinking about what he's doing, he's gonna attempt to do something very impulsively. So he would not even know what would happen.
Ooh, roll deception with advantage.
Can I add cool under pressure?
You may.
be another +3 to this. 27.
Now what's hilarious here is if both of you just rolled like shit, you both get the same check. As you close your eyes, you see the reflection in the mirror get slightly confused, and as you just like raise one leg and begin to move your foot downwards, they fucking bring 2 arms up, stop, bring themselves over, and you see them stumble. Fine. That's 1. This one is everything. You find yourself, they turn back, like round their shoulders and prepare, take a regal pose. Roll insight.
Cool under pressure?
Yes, you may.
28.
Nice.
I used your own cool under pressure against you. But as they close their eyes and they wait, you're sitting there, you're just like, so easy. Immediately, they basically just like blink once, bring their eyes down, open one eye, and they just begin to repeat this just gesture over and over again. And once just like fluid movements in a mirror, you match one to the other. And then eventually the entire mirror just cracks from the top down, and you see a shattered form of yourself as the mirror itself falls apart, the walls fall away, and you see this very tall figure in the dress raises one long arm down and stamps your card.
Thank you, dear.
Good job. Now, if you will all continue playing your games. Begins to spin.
Do we want to try another one?
These games?
What's the other one that's here?
Find the Lorpian?
Oh, yeah.
Find the Flabinger. And Vincent, what did you say?
I just asked this individual if they want us to continue playing games.
I would love nothing more.
And then in their head, but what do you truly love?
Roll insight.
Sorry, guys. This is my way of getting information. 14.
You, dear guests. You.
Ooh, creepy.
Who wants to take a crack at the flabberjack?
Me! I want to try.
You stride to find the Flabinger. As you approach, you see it's literally just a small wooden crate. Like, this is the laziest one you've seen so far. It's a small wooden crate with a sign that says find the Flabinger and points down towards it. The individual kind of spins up next to you and says, you simply must find it. There are 3 and only 1.
There are 3 and only 1? What the fuck does that mean?
How am I supposed to find them? What are my rules for finding them?
You see Dissonant says, I thought it was pretty straightforward. You simply must know. She opens the box, or I say she. They open the box, place the wood down on the side, and as you glance down, you see 3 unfathomable shapes.
Okay.
They reach long limbs down in and begin to shuffle the shapes around. As they lift the shapes, you see a small candy. And then they place these unfathomable shapes down once more and just begin to slowly move them. Go ahead and roll either perception or insight.
I have a question that might help Matilda out.
Sure.
In her madness, can she see these objects a little bit easier?
That will be determined. That will be determined by a D100 roll. However, you will have advantage on this.
I'm going to use perception, please.
Okay.
Manage for that beautiful mind.
We'll see. My perception's not that great, but it's better than my insight. Not terrible.
Not bad.
17. You glance down, you look, and they don't move particularly quickly. As you can see this very large figure. Oh, there was D100. 97. This very large figure begins to move these stone cups, hand carved. You glance, or you stare down, and you can see through this veil of just the unknown. And beyond it, they seem very well maintained, slightly oiled maybe to a sheen, very loved. But as you glance, 95 was it? 97. Okay.
97.
Excellent.
Oh.
You believe all actions you take have a blood cost.
Oh!
Basically, well, however you determine that to mean. But basically, I would just be like, when you look at it, you're like, cut your finger. And like, yeah, it looks, basically, you believe all your actions have a cost of blood in one way or another. It is up
Not
to
necessarily
interpretation, most of these
yours.
things. Very true. Violent
blood in that
guests
bag
will be
here?
inverted.
Hold on, I'm seeing. So 1 to 2, it's me. 3 to 4, it's my friends.
That is a
Okay.
decisive 4.
I don't.
Eh,
Could you guys hear what I said?
Oh, no.
I'm like, you could just ask that it's not violence, it's consent.
How do you roll a D3?
Before the end, I'd be /r space 1d3. Make sure to type in D and not S, because otherwise it will say you're dumb.
And we hate to see that.
Oh, okay. I'm cutting Vincent. Alright, I will. Do I answer the thing correctly?
As you turn, you don't. You follow it. You sit there, you watch the cups move, and they weren't particularly slow. All 3 cups are lifted, and it is not under your cup. Too bad. Try again. The cups go down.
Vincent, hand please.
Vincent holds out his hand.
And like I grip his hand. And then I have a small little dagger and I make a little nick.
I'm going to assume this is for something.
And put his finger in my mouth.
Ha!
Thank. I had to pay my respects.
As he as you like pull his finger out of your mouth, I'm assuming you like did that as like a gesture to be like, oh, I'll kiss it better.
No, I sucked off the blood. I was like,
Oh, okay.
blood cost. Yum.
He'll very seductively take his finger out of your mouth.
Oh, man.
As you turn, you face towards this individual, and at this point, Distant turns towards you and says, I've named them Crumb. I thought it fit.
George just like pulls out the light bulb again, and just like confusedly after seeing this finger thing happen, just like bling above Matilda's head again.
You have 2 more tries. The cups continue moving. You can roll either perception or insight.
Okay. And then I
In
add
the back of your head, Vincent will be like, next time you need to pay for that. But that should be a freebie. And he'll inspire you with his seductive blood.
the blood running through my veins just makes you feel invigorated. Like, tasty. All right.
And I'm the one who's buying.
In perception, I add how many? I add your.
I don't think Eureka would work for perception because it's wisdom.
Yeah, perception is wisdom.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Oh, I do it anyway.
Perception's wisdom, insight is charisma. No
You
int
also
here.
can guidance yourself, I think. Though.
Yeah.
I think Matilda's feeling a little bit proud at the moment. So you gave me a bardic inspiration though, right?
I do.
And then you said I had advantage before Adrian, yes?
You do, yeah, because of your madness. Perception, you sit down, you stare. You stare daggers. And the cups move once, right to left. And you sit there thinking, Okay, in that one. Like, that can't be anywhere else. I just watched you move it. All the cups are lifted. It's in the opposite side. Oh, how unfortunate. That's 2 failures.
That's bullshit.
Killian like goes up to Matilda and says, "It's possible. Maybe your eyes are tricking you. Try to just, if you think it's in one, choose the other." And that'll be my basis for using Flash of Genius on Matilda if I need to.
Alrighty, Matilda. As the cups continue moving once more, you may roll either perception or insight.
I nick my finger, and I taste the blood. Do I need to roll a D100 again because I just did an action?
You may, yes, please, and thank you. Good. Oh my goodness.
What?
You come to the conclusion that the demon lords invading the Underdark are merely here to start the cycle anew, and stopping them is akin to spitting in Alticia's face as she had created the land upon which you walk.
Oh, so it's basically like every Tuesday. Matilda's like, yeah, I was born because Demon and Fae, whatever. it's like nothing new.
You come to conclusions about creationist theory. And that's it.
Oh God, do I not believe in dinosaurs anymore? Were they implanted there by Altisha?
No, you can fight T-Rexes. They're around.
Yeah.
Man.
They're just there.
Well, okay.
And
Alrighty,
now, perception or insight?
Perception.
You stare down upon the cups. Go ahead and roll perception.
If they could catch on fire, they would be.
The friction of your gaze is too much.
Oh no.
The cups do not. The cups do not move. And Killian, what were you saying?
+3 Flash of Genius.
Oh, so 18, 19, 21.
21. You stare down upon the cups. They do not move. They get brought down. You point to a cup. They get lifted. Actually, do you point to the cup that you know it to be in?
Hold on. Oh, whoops.
Is this something that everyone can just see?
It's in a small box, and Matilda's kind of like hunched over, staring down at it, but you can definitely look in.
Yeah, I think Vincent will have a look.
Yeah, she sticks with her answer. She sticks with the one that she saw it in.
Vincent, roll dexterity.
Check.
Just straight dex, yeah. Check. Matilda, you take your hand. You go to point towards the cup that it's in. Vincent, you grab her hand to stop her from pointing. Your passive insight alone. You glance down and you know this game. There's no ball under the cups. It's going to be in their hand. It gets planted as soon as it needs to be somewhere.
He sends that information in her head. It's in his hand, do you? And he'll let go of her hand just before she is about to respond.
Should I roll a D100 first to see how this turns out?
I just kind of want you to, yeah. Actually, are you performing an action? If not, then no.
I did. I looked at the cups, right? So that was my action, and then.
No, it's anytime you need to roll something additionally.
Okay.
But I'll hold on to that one, and next time it will
Okay.
be there.
All right. Matilda stands up and stares the person that's the carny very closely in the face. We are not supposed to cheat, and the ball is in your hands.
The hand turns around, opens, and you can see the ball in the hand. The face still covered by a feather fan. You see one of the crows atop stop dancing, and a single feather comes down and lands on the top of their head. And then that feather just kind of slowly falls off. One hand of the individual comes forward with a stamp and stamps your card, and the other drops a sweet drop in like swapping the fan between hands to keep the face obscured. Sweet drop lands in your fingertips, and you have taken your. This is your second victory, yes?
Mm-hmm.
You have 2 stamps.
So here's the thing: is that Matilda, I think, kind of noticed that the guy was coming back and looking a little like when she said she was not having a lot of. She was kind of on the fence of having fun, and he got zapped by the fence. Matilda's actively not having fun, but she's shutting up about it.
Excellent.
We all got 2 now, right? Except for Killian.
Yep.
I think we might need to hurry this up, dear. We do 2 games at once, or even more. It might help us with our time.
Sure.
Killian,
Yeah.
give me your hand, please.
Okay. She like holds up her hand.
I nick Killian's finger and
Until there's some sort of new
What is-
dish that you're developing for some reason.
no, you have to give thanks.
2.
Who am I giving thanks to, Adrian?
No idea.
Okay.
That's up to you.
Mhm.
Is it one of your voices in your head again?
Smayatel demands it. Like,
Okay.
Did Vincent take any damage for when she nicked him or not?
No.
it was a paper cut.
Yeah, damage
wanted
needs to
it-
have intent of actually damaging someone.
I like to think that Matilda, because of her experience working with her family in the morgue, she purposely did it in a way that would bleed a lot, but not necessarily be really damaging.
Vincent, Killian, do you want to go to the intelligence area, or maybe I think there's one more game in the con?
I was thinking speed.
I was actually debating delving into the
Mm.
dexterous parts of myself.
Usually these, I mean, I haven't been to many fairs, but I feel like there's normally like a shooty one, right?
That's the one I was playing earlier.
Right. Yeah, let's go to that one.
Okay, it's not much of a game. You can win little prizes.
Well, unless you want to do something else, Kill.
You have 3 options within Test Your Speed. You have the Rope Walker, you have Sticky Fingers, and you have Creepy Crumb.
Sticky fingers.
I'll go to the rope walker.
Crumb spins their way around the side of a tent, and as you guys do, you hop the chest high walls.
Yes.
Nothing happens, yeah. You just hop them. You make your way over towards the other side of the, pretty much the entire other side, passing by each location. And as you do so, let me actually bring Crumb up here. You find Crumb on the other side as well, within dexterity. Here is the, lastly is not in combat. I believe I've shown this already, but there is lastly. And finally, Crumb. You reach the other side in dexterity, and the fan comes down. You see the weathered mask, white porcelain of a face with black individual kind of just drops set out in various different runic patterns. And a large kind of feathered plume atop the head as the fan closes. You reach the other side, and the face, static, looks towards you and says, "It is time to see if you are fast enough." Sticky Fingers. There is a... Oh, give me 1 sec. This one is simple. Crumb pulls out a deck of cards. Easily 100 cards in them. She brings the dagger forward, cuts the top of the card, and closes the deck. Opens it, begins shuffling, and she says, "Take it." Hands begin to move, cards flipping in various different directions through the fingertips, back and forth, full flip. And as she does so, you have to find your opportunity to get that marked card.
Okay. Killian fiddles with her tool belt. Learning a cantrip in the process. She learns True Strike.
Huh.
And then I stab Crumb. Excellent.
I don't know if it actually works on non-creatures, but I guess we'll find out.
Okay, so you're making a dexterity attack roll?
Yeah.
Okay. Your eyes just flash for a brief moment, and you are given a spark of ingenuity. You begin to just drive forward as you attempt to grab this one damaged card out from the thousands. Now go ahead and make an attack roll.
All right. Do I gain proficiency from this?
You attack with proficiency, yeah. Dexterity plus proficiency. All right, what weapon are you using?
Oh, just my hands.
Okay, you always
guess.
have proficiency in your natural weapons, yeah.
Okay. All right. This should do the trick. Oh, I guess I have advantage. Not that I might not need it, but I'll roll it anyway.
Cut and dried as the cards continue to flip and flail. Pull one card, bring your hand back, flip it around in your hand, take a look, move your thumb out of the way, and you see the dagger cut. From brings them all together, closes the hand, opens it, the cards are gone. She reaches forward, takes that card, flips it around, and you see a stamp attached to it. She just lays the card flat on your ticket, grabs it, pulls it back, and you see the sun move in the sky. Do all of you have 2 stamps?
Yeah.
Yes. Vincent simultaneously wanted to do the other game when Killian was doing this one.
As the second stamp is placed down, Vincent, you turn your attention away from Killian and you move. Well, as Killian is looking towards the cards and preparing their attack, casting True Strike, you turn your back and you begin to move towards the other one. You hear Vincent, or you hear over in a matter of seconds, Killian grabs that card, and around you, the sun moves. As it does so, and long shadows are drawn across the area, things change. And you hear, no, that's right. No. Everyone. What games did you play? Remind me. And he begins to just scratch at the top of his head.
Bugbear Brawl. I did the
Button?
hold the basilisk.
You do
That's what I did.
cards and tongue and body. Okay, you guys see the game that you were moving towards, Vincent, just crumbles. Everything around you, the tents just, you see wooden stalls begin to close. The entire area switches over. Signs closed. Everything just begins to go dark. The ground underneath you fissures. Go ahead.
Vincent looks up at the crows.
They now stand staring down upon you, but paying particular interest to Matilda. As you find yourself now here, you begin to see individual stands pop up, but only the ones that you have already played. The world around you goes a deep and dark red. Nighttime will be soon. We can't be caught outside. I'm
assuming we have one more chance each of this.
We've already played these games. Do we have to play a game we haven't played yet?
Matilda, your keen mind, something breaks, something snaps. Your memory of what was on that board at the entrance to the fairgrounds changes. Where once it had said, no cheating, no leaving carnival grounds, violent guests will be inverted, no entry to the main event without a ticket, make sure to have fun. It now reads, no leaving carnival grounds, violent guests will be rewarded, no entry to the main event without a ticket, make sure to survive. And Crumb smiles.
Oh.
The rules have changed.
Oh, so dear.
The only games you can play now are ones you've already played. We have to. You must hurry. I have my ticket, but you need yours.
We have to survive. And I say the other ones.
Interesting.
Violence will be inverted.
No,
Rewarded.
violence would be rewarded.
Rewarded, sorry. Violence will be rewarded. Something. Can you say the other ones, Adrian?
Most of them are the same. No leaving carnival grounds. Violent guests will be rewarded. No entry to the main event without a ticket. Make sure to survive.
Looking around, is there like a tree or shrub or something around that looks flammable?
Not within the carnival grounds, but everything here looks flammable.
Okay. Vincent will throw a fireball up and go to destroy something.
You just lob the flame over to the side. It slams into the side of this canvas and just begins to ignite. You can hear from the inside just muffled screams as the closed tent slowly begins to immolate. And above you, listen to how they scream, sister.
Vincent looks around.
You see,
reward.
the individual, like a single sweet drop falls from the sky and hits the ground, and then another. They begin to fall. Just a torrent descends upon you. Vincent, as the only person with an umbrella here, you raise your umbrella up and protect yourself. The rest of you take 14 points of bludgeoning damage. And as the rain of candy stops and the sweet drops surround you at your feet nearly an inch high, your reward is before you.
Are they the sweet drops?
The very same.
I'm gonna, now that I'm injured, I'm gonna take one and eat it.
You restore 1 hit point.
Okay. Georgia's gonna head over to the 2 games that she played. Is Bubbles there?
You approach and you see Bubble, who is staring down at you. Well, hello again, everyone. How are you today?
Fine.
What are you
Having
playing?
fun.
I don't fucking care.
You see, the mood has shifted a bit.
I need that stamp, Bubs.
You're gonna have to earn it. He points towards the 2 games that remain and test your body. Which I scroll. You see Bugbear Brawl. Actually, you guys played all 3 games in Test Your Body. All 3 games remain. Bugbear Brawl, Glutton's Glory, and Behold the Basilisk. Before you stands a single thin wooden beam that leads to like spikes and spines. Small gaps that are in front of the mesh that was underneath you is replaced with razor wire.
Ooh.
And the individual green goo covered mallets, acid.
I'm assuming that basilisk of yours, dear.
Yeah.
This time.
You only
Yeah,
need
Jojo-
1 more stamp, choose wisely.
Jojo will step up to the ninja warrior demise.
Okay. You approach. You make your way up to the beginning of it, and as Bubbles kind of just slams the door behind you, you move past this. Yeah.
I know you don't give a fuck anymore, Bubbles, but this looks a lot more fun.
He places his hands on the side of the fence and looks in towards you and says, I agree. You stride in and take your place at the beginning. You have 3 options here. Actually, yes, you have 3 options here. Athletics to attempt to stop it, dexterity to avoid it, or constitution saving throw to take the
But
hit.
there's acid, huh?
It is acid.
So I would for sure take the damage, and the rage isn't gonna help me with that damage. Can I rage at any point that I want during this, or?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna con save for the first one.
You're gonna let it hit you? Excellent.
Yeah.
You run forward and you begin to brave the pathway that you had already done. A snake flies
Actually,
up and
what's the
attempts to
dex?
bite you in the foot.
You said it was acrobatics to get out of the way of it, or?
It's a dexterity saving throw to avoid it.
+2. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take that hit.
You run up and you prepare yourself. As you make your way, like just that little bit in, the first one flies in towards you.
What is my bolstering magic do again? It gives me a +3 to ability checks and attack rolls.
I think it's a D3.
I'll do that in a second. Okay, yeah. Con save?
Indeed. Jojo.
Yeah.
You approach. The
Con
first one
save.
slams in towards you.
It's a 16 Constitution
16.
save.
The attempting to make yourself the smallest target possible, but just flexing. The thing slams into the side of you and then just bursts off. You see the two halves hit the ground underneath and just begin. As they hit the razor wire, they just fall straight through into pieces.
Ooh.
You maintain your balance looking down at what could have been you, and the acid begins to burn away at you. You take 16 points of acid damage, but with your successful save, that's halved to 8.
Nice. Okay.
You move up to the second one. Athletics, con save, dex save.
I will do bolstering magic on myself. And then I'll do an athletics check with the +3. I'll also rage.
Okay.
I'll rage as well. I've done 2 rages. I just gotta see what one I get. Because I might just be able to teleport past all of this. Use ability. I don't know where the part went where it like asked me to do it. Okay. Surge. That is the radiant beam, I think. Yeah.
1d6 radiant, not necessarily enough to actually break this thing in front of you. But a radiant beam blasts out in front of you and slams into this and does a fair sizable chunk of damage to it. But you rage and you dig yourself in. Roll athletics.
Athletics. Oh, nice.
With a 28. You bring your hands forward and like slam into it, keeping yourself at a distance, and just fucking break the stupid thing off and throw it down into the razor wire. It just vivisects, is launched off.
I like, as I throw it down, like a radiant beam.
Yeah. It just carries upwards and then just slams into the one in front of you. You reach the third, hopping over the individual obstacle courses, animals flying at you from various different directions. The acid underneath has begun to stain the ground and makes it slick and rotting.
Ooh. Okay.
What do you do?
I gotta be fast about this. The third one is the same 3 options, right? I'm gonna do the athletics check again.
Okay. You have disadvantage. As you attempt to find solid footing, immediately the ground underneath you, slick and slippery, and the wood creaking underneath your feet. You're in danger.
Okay. It's just normal then, right? Because I had advantage from raging?
Yes.
Okay. Ah! No! It's bad!
Can anyone do anything about this?
I don't have any inspiration. No! It looks like I'm dying. It's
I don't have
dead.
anything that would make it worth, like, a better check.
Unless I want to, like... You're falling, though, right?
I think I'm falling into razor wire. Yeah.
Shoot. Too bad I can't, like, hex the... whatever hit you.
I don't know if it would help though. It doesn't affect attack rolls. Does
it's an
Vincent
athletics
feel
check.
like interfering would cause Jojo to automatically fail?
As you think back on the board, there's no rule against cheating anymore.
Vincent will cast. He'll reach into her mind as she starts to fall. Don't resist this. And he'll cast Vortex Warp on Jojo.
Ooh, nice.
Jojo, do you resist?
Nope.
You-
No resisting.
You fall as the razor wire hits your back, and you can feel yourself just, your entire back carved down in the shape of this mesh. You disappear, appear on the other side, and you see Bubbles standing there, just slams his fist into the fence.
Holds out my stamp sheet.
Shakes his head, takes out the stamp, and just slams it down on the side, just smears it off. Your card immediately folds up into a small coin shape.
Okay. Okay, what's next, guys? Thanks, Vincent.
Don't mention it, do you?
I'd like to go to the glutton again.
You stride over to Glutton's Glory. As you say that, Bubbles' face beams. I'll make sure you eat more than your fill.
Oh, what do you have to eat?
You stride over, and you reach Glutton's Glory. A small wooden stall. He looks over towards you, Vincent, who had also participated in this.
I don't see it. I'm full up from last time, dear. Unless, of course, I can get a ticket too.
Coward.
It's fine, dear. Insults don't work on me if I don't value the person's opinion.
He turns his attention towards you, Killian. And then as you rise yourself up to the top of Glutton's Glory, he pulls out this just black, brackish, oil-covered chicken, places it down. You can see it's just like one limb is massive, the other one is just bulbous, covered in these veins that are slowly pulsating. On top of that, he places a pie that you can clearly see is just oozing and bleeding, and then begins to just layer on top, well, just sugar. He puts more, he don't fuck with his sprinkles. Those are genuine sprinkles. He continues to place food upon food upon food into this pie tray, but then the pie tray itself lifts up, and you see in front of you this just mechanism. Similarly to before, a just wooden thing appears here, and then two small hooks. He says, he begins to lower that down and goes to place it in your mouth.
So the mechanism is about to like hook my mouth open, essentially. Okay. As it's coming towards me, I'm just gonna snap my fingers, and Bladebeak, his mouth is going to arrive instead.
Here's what I will say. Roll for me. Roll dexterity. Actually, no. Roll. This is going to be a grapple. As you attempt to replace yourself with Bladebeak, Bubbles is going to attempt to contest that. So you can have athletics or acrobatics.
Is that for me or for Bladebeak?
It'd be for you to make the switch, because he's grappling you and trying to like make this happen.
Yeah, fair enough. Bladebeak also does have the ability to like intercept himself for others, in case that makes a difference.
It's only for attack rolls, though, yeah?
Yes, yeah. Okay,
in this case, no.
Okay, acrobatics. Oota.
The machine does not stop moving downward, and as you are grabbed and attempt to move, you slip underneath. Bladebeak interposes, places the mouth down on the system, and you see the entire stomach chassis just open slightly, and Bubbles immediately just throws the fucking food into the ground and just stomps once. The entire crack appears in the foundation in which you are, and then he just looks down towards you. I will not forget your face. He takes the stamp and just stamps your card and then goes to kick you off the platform. But you manage to avoid that too. You slip your way down the stairs and you reach the bottom, having procured your third stamp. It folds into a coin.
Everyone else?
I can go next, yeah. Vincent starts
Okey-dokey.
making his way over to the mimic tent. Let's see what I got.
You stride forward and you enter into the darkened room. As you find Mime's mimic, a picture of yourself on the other side, cracks the neck to one side, cracks the neck to the other, and wordlessly just stares. On the outside, you can see that Lassily is here. And as she just moves in towards the lot of you, just slow, languid movements, like striding forward in desperation to ensure that the balls do not touch the ground, rather than being a part of her, they're working against her. And moving with just these vicious and struggled movements, she enforces her will over this place. Vincent, you look forward and you see your mime, who says, "Who's going first?"
Vince, this is a reflection, right? But it's still a creature?
It is a reflection, but it is still a creature.
Vincent will telepathically connect with it. I make the rules now, do you?
You hear that same thought reflected back at you.
That's fine. I am going to unsettling words this creature. How many like rounds is this? Can I get something else off?
Yeah, I mean, before you start, there's not really anything happening.
Okay, so I am going to. I'll cast Mind Sliver on myself, and then I'll do the unsettling words after that, and then do suggestion. Would you like me to roll those?
Yes, please.
So Mind Sliver is an intelligence save, which my intelligence saves are only +1.
I'll bring in a dungeon master for you guys to destroy. There you go. Perfect. You can target them for anything. Oh, is prompting there. Give me one moment. I might actually get rid of this individual, but they do fail. As they stare in towards you with your bonuses, they still fail.
Okay. -2 to the roll. -4, so -6 to the roll. And I will cast Suggestion on them.
This will be your wisdom save. With a -6?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a negative. That's a -1.
It's so wise.
What is your suggestion?
I suggest they do nothing.
Head cracks to the side, and they cast.
Oh, I suggested they do nothing.
You see a faint air whip around them, and a smirk comes across their face. What do you do? Are you going first, or would you like to match their movements?
I'll match their movements.
They remain languidly still, perfectly still, like a serene river. So go ahead and roll for me. Insight with advantage.
I get to add cool under pressure.
I feel like you're not under pressure right now. You feel pretty in control. So in this case, no. $20 was the DC. You sit back and you maintain this just complete and utter solid stance. And then without waiting to ask permission, the individual... Actually, no, sorry. Yeah, they stare towards you, waiting for your next move.
And then after a certain amount of time, knowing that basically it's his turn based on when they did it before, Vinci will start doing something he knows they cannot do. He just asks them to remain still. Or to do nothing, I should say.
Well, the do nothing has now completed.
Suggestion lasts for 8 hours as long as I concentrate on it.
Okay, excellent. You are not immune to charm.
No.
Here's what's gonna happen. After the first one, that worked. The second one, they still seem to be doing nothing, so what do you do?
He's not 100% sure what's going to happen, but so he'll still try to play the game. He'll attempt to do something, but same way he did before, try to do something that even himself would be hard to predict. So deception?
Yes. Versus your insight. So what's the lowest you can roll on insight? Because you have expertise.
Let's see, where's my insight? It's only a +9, so if I rolled a 1, it'd be a 10.
Okay, so you don't have any floor for that one.
No, it's only deception and persuasion because it's silver tongue.
I'll say this. Surprisingly, you pull your leg back. You bring yourself into a bow position, I suppose, trying to do something just unexpected and quick as possible. They maintain they're just doing nothing for a moment before their body is just violently snapped forward the leg pulled back out of its socket and just cracked. The leg flips around and just the movements are tripled as the entire body just distorts and racks in pain. Suggestion ends because it now knows that this is going to physically harm it. Without waiting for your consent or moving forward to the next game, they immediately raise their hands and just bend all of their fingers backwards. Roll insight.
Because of that drastic movement, Vincent is now under pressure, right?
Now you're under pressure.
So normal, but I can be under pressure.
Yes.
Would you like to play a game?
17.
Does not beat your own...
Well,
Hmm?
I'll like to add a +2 to that from my ring.
That does not beat your own 29.
Oof.
Your fingers immediately snap back, and you lose the use of your left hand. You take 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
All of your fingers have just broken backwards and are pretty much curled back.
Ah!
Now they look towards you, and the smile on their face diminishes as it's your turn.
Hmm.
It's 2 victories for you, 1 for them.
That was gross.
Adrian, you're doing a great job of making these things absolutely the worst possible versions.
Vincent, Vincent will cast. So he needs. So now it's his version to deceive. Okay, he is going to cast subtly. Or doesn't really matter. He's going to try and hex this person and remove their wisdom.
They hex you back. They mirror your movements.
Okay.
So you are both hexed for wisdom.
There's no. I guess I couldn't have done that. He thinks this is the thing. Interesting. Do I need to roll? Oh, yeah, hex
yes.
Just applies.
Roll deception. Hex just applies, yeah. Against your insight. Here's the thing. Your deception has a floor, your insight does not. So this is a very interesting. But you have expertise, so it's fucking spicy.
21. They have disadvantage on their insight, though.
What do you do with your hex? Like, what is your body movement?
Vincent. What do I think here? I think he kind of like tilts his head and his the shadows around him kind of waver a bit.
As you tilt your head, the head in the mirror, 180 degrees. The walls fall away as fall to their knees, fall forward, and you guys just see this broken and battered Vincent on the ground. A mirror in the center shatters, falls to pieces, and then falls backwards, overtaking them, and as the mirror passes their body, they disappear. Meanwhile, Vincent stands before you, hand worse for wear, but all in all, alive. And you see Lazuli stride forward and take ink from her chin, from the top of her face, from the other side, and then with the 3 colors combined, stamps her finger down on your card, and it folds into a small coin.
Thank you, Jay. And as Vincent walks forward, he looks around. Is there still a bunch of those candies on the ground?
Oh yeah, it rained candy. They're everywhere.
People doing their thing.
You start eating them?
Yes.
Okay. You eat one and you immediately take 1 point of necrotic damage. Do you eat another?
No. Vincent will now heal himself.
Matilda, which one are you gonna do? Oh, can't hear you.
I don't know. Just give me 1 sec. And I go into my bag and I splint Vincent's hand.
Roll medicine.
Oh
What's
shit.
that?
My 28's coming back to bite me. Adrian, what happened? My 28 I rolled. Uh-oh.
That's now. I was 26, I believe.
Yeah.
How many of his fingers can you fit in your mouth?
Oh,
Oh,
as you go
what?
to splint this, You like prepare yourself, you get your medicinal tools ready, and as you move forward, you become extremely paranoid about everyone around you, including your friends, and will only eat and drink items you've prepared yourself. You will only watch when you are, like, you will not allow other people to watch. You don't think these people are your friends anymore. In fact, they might be the cause of this.
I finished splinting his hand and I put it down.
So
Okay.
as you walked over and attempted to splint Vincent's hand, he would have waved his healing word in front of it, and then he'll just smile at you. It's okay, dude. Save those for later.
Oh, yeah, the fingers just crack back into place. And it is
As they
it is
do,
not comfortable for anybody.
Notice a slight twitch in Vincent's eye, but he tries to keep his composure.
Matilda looks at you blankly and nods and nicks her own finger. Walks away.
Is the ride that Matilda failed last time here?
The ride that Matilda has failed last time is here. So
Okay.
too is Flashy Feathers. Let's see. You did Flashy Feathers, which was the rock. You did the Flight of Fancy, and then you did another. Trying to remember what it was.
The one with the cups.
That's right. Which was
Basically like
Insider
insight,
perception. That one was the.
perception, or an
that's right.
intelligence save.
That was find the flabberjack. Or
It was
Yeah,
intelligent.
fine.
Find the Flabinger. Right there. So all three of those are still here.
in your head. It's like, if you do this one, I might be able to assist you.
Matilda goes to the one that she'll be by herself in. She doesn't respond to Vincent at all.
You move to Flight of Fancy.
Hmm.
You
I
look
know
at
there's something off with Matilda right from before.
this is a whole new something's off. I mean, Matilda, go ahead and roll. You're not attempting to hide this in any way, are you?
No.
Yeah, so Vincent,
I
with your
look-
passive insight, you immediately know that she doesn't seem to trust you. She seems wary of all of you.
He'll connect with Jojo and Killian. Something's wrong with Matilda. I'm not sure what it is, but she's not acting like herself.
I will say
And
it's
that's
like she put back on her metaphysical armor. Like her posture's like a little bit shrunk down. Like she's kind of like how when you first met her, very kind of like not closed off, but not very welcoming.
Yeah, I mean, she keeps licking people's fingers.
Yeah.
It's not normal.
Well, that could just be something, Diaz, but it's more the fact that it doesn't seem like she trusts us anymore. Something's influencing her. Telling her she shouldn't.
Matilda, let me bolster you before you go.
1 sec. No, it's okay. I got this. Thank you, though.
Okay.
And I quickly walk in.
Lazuli approaches again, places one foot against the back, and as she leans in, brings the head down to the side of your ear, and says, "You're right not to trust them," and pushes.